Hi guys, welcome to my December videos. This is Pisces Priestess, and for any of those that are new joining my channel, I want to thank you. And I also want to thank you guys for the last time I checked, there was 347 followers, and that is just so amazing to me. Now I'm aware that that's a small number. Some tarot readers have, well, I guess YouTube readers, some YouTube people, YouTubers, they have millions of followers, but I'm in my corner of the world. I'm one person. This is my story, and I can't believe that there are over 300 people who watch my videos and care about my messages, and that to me is just the best thing. I never thought that this would take off so fast, so I want to thank each and every one of you for subscribing to my channel. It means so much to me. Your comments mean so much, guys. And here I am in December recording the videos for you now. And, part of me can't believe it. Part of me is like, it's December, So, and it is an intense month indeed. We are in Sagittarius season this month. And at the end of the month, we will be entering in Capricorn season. Now, this month is all about, I would say the first half of the month is all about communication. It's all about enlightening truth. It's all about our beliefs. It's all about our higher knowledge. And I say this because we have a third house and a ninth house opposition. Every month we have, the moon has a chance to be full in light, and it has a chance to be completely absent in light. So we call that a full moon and a new moon. The new moon is going to be happening in a few days on the 18th, and it's going to be a new moon in Sagittarius. We had the full moon already. So if you're watching this, we experienced a full moon on the December 3rd. And you guys know me, I like to cover the astrology in my intro videos, and we'll talk a little bit more about some things that apply to the individual signs in the videos. So the first thing that really happened in December was that full moon. That full moon completely changed my life. It was very enlightening. It was a very mutable moon. We always have a mutable moon before we have a cardinal moon. And that's very interesting. I am a mutable sign. The mutable signs are Virgo, Pisces, Gemini, and Sagittarius. We're in a mutable season, okay? And it makes sense why mutable would come before cardinal, because mutable signs are all about change. It's all about adaptability. So a lot of people don't realize this, but whatever season we're in, it kind of flows with that kind of change. So when we reach a mutable signs represent the end. We start out with Aries, and then we go, that's a cardinal, and then we go to Taurus, and that's fixed. And then we move to Gemini, and that is mutable. And then there's 3. And then we start again to Cancer, and that will be a cardinal. So we've reached Sagittarius season, and that means that it's like a cycle almost that's ending. And it makes sense that it's mutable, because in order to create action, which is what a cardinal sign would be, and that would be Capricorn energy coming in, we had to initiate change. You can't apply action to something before changing, okay? You have to make the decision to change before you can, make action towards something. So that's how our universe works, and right now it's a time for change. Everybody is changing in so many different ways. You thought that was just in Scorpio season, huh? But it's definitely kicking off here in Sagittarius season. Another thing is, around this time of year, there's a lot of other changes happening as well. We come up on the winter solstice, and that's the shortest day of the year. Very, very powerful day of the year. That would be on the 21st. Some people consider it to be on the 22nd. But I would say the 21st is the winter solstice. Now, we're jumping a little bit ahead. We have a few things happening before that. So we covered the full moon in Gemini. So that was completions, and that's happening in different areas of our life, you guys. I'll talk a little bit about that in the videos here. And then we had a Mercury retrograde on the same day as the Gemini full moon. I'm sure if you watch other readers, they're talking about this as well. It's very interesting because Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So for Mercury to go retrograde on the same day as a Gemini full moon, very significant. We had that. It's been retrograde for a couple weeks now, week and a half, and it will go back direct on the 22nd, okay? Then, of course, I wanted to mention on the 18th, we have a Sagittarius stellium in the sky. Okay, that's very important in different areas of our life, guys. Very important to know where Sagittarius is for us. For example, for me, a Pisces, Sagittarius is my 10th house. Okay, so that's all about career, it's all about long-term goals, things like that. So it's wise to know where Sagittarius falls in your chart and also in your personal chart. In my personal chart, Sagittarius falls in my 12th house, in my 11th house. So there's going to be a stellium there for me, and well, for us. And what a stellium is when 3 or more planets are coupled together in the sky. So on that day, okay, especially very, very important for Sagittarius, but very important for all of us because we're all under the same universe. We all connected to the same light. And, you know, this is going to be very, very important for us. All about our beliefs, all about higher knowledge, even travel, philosophy. So we're going to have the sun in Sagittarius on the 18th. We're going to have the moon. We're going to have Saturn. We're going to have Venus. And we're also going to have, what is that last planet? Mercury? It might be Mercury. But I know that there are 5 planets. It is Mercury. It is Mercury. Mercury is going to be in Sagittarius until... I know it moves into Capricorn, but it might not move into Capricorn this month. I'm not sure. So it will be Mercury though. I don't have here that Mercury's moving right now. So there's going to be that powerful stellium in Sagittarius. I wanted to mention that to you guys. We had Chiron go direct in Pisces. Very, very important. Moving forward with pain. Whereas before we were dealing with a lot of past pain. So now this is the chance to heal ourselves in the moment. We went back into the past for a really long time to heal past wounds, okay? That's the wounded healer, Chiron. We had Mars enter Scorpio on the 9th. We have a Saturn entering Capricorn. Okay, that is one of the most, I would say one of the most important astrological aspects this month. Okay, we all have Capricorn in a different spot in our chart, you guys, but Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So Saturn is coming home, all right? I'm going to try my best to do Saturn videos. I think I'm going to schedule them in around, because I never do my videos before around the 15th. I like the month to take its course for a couple months. That way I can work with the energy. I can feel what's already happened. It comes out in my readings. We could talk about what's happening now, and then we can talk about what's gonna happen. So a past, present, and future type of thing. With that being said, I'll probably wait for Saturn to be in Capricorn for about a week. And at the same time, I have a Cap rising, so I believe I'm going to be doing a lot of meditations and just initiations with my ruling planet. So yeah, I'll probably be able to get to those Saturn videos beginning of January, I want to say. Okay, so be on the lookout for my Saturn videos. I'm going to record what I think Saturn means in astrology and what I think Saturn will be doing. We're all going to have our karma shift. Saturn rules is the lord of karma. So, you know, instead of it being in the 9th house of Sagittarius, it's going to move into Capricorn, the 10th house, but it's a different house for all of us. So after that, Saturn moves into Capricorn. I mean, it's like boom, boom, boom. 18th, we have a new moon. 19th, we have Saturn moving into Capricorn. 21st, we have a winter solstice. The sun moves into Capricorn the 21st too. On the 25th, Venus moves into Capricorn. And of course, for those of you who celebrate Christmas, that would be Christmas there. And then we have a happy numerology year. I myself, as an astrologer, I consider the new year to start on March 20th when the sun enters Aries. Yay! That will be that's when the whole universe shifts paradoxes, right? But numerology has a factor here. So instead of 2017, universal year 1, and I should do a whole video on universal year 1. Our universe has these 10-year cycles, right? And 2017 was a brand new cycle. It was a universal year 1. And I'm not hearing a lot of astrologers talking about that. So I might do my best to put out a video soon about that as well. Perhaps at the end of January when we're in a universal year 2. So, you know, we're officially initiating, and we've ended the first chapter to a new cycle, and then we'll be entering chapter 2, universal year 2. Also, I do believe next month we have an Aquarius eclipse. I did put that down here at the bottom, but I believe I will talk about that a little bit more next month. And another thing I didn't put here is around the 19th, when Saturn moves into Capricorn, we're also going to be on the cusp of prophecy, okay? Very powerful cusp. And I believe it would end on the 25th when Venus enters Capricorn. So very powerful month. That was just a little bit of my basic notes. I don't want to make this intro video too long because my videos, guys, are pretty long this month. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about the readings that what you can look forward to in my video. So this month I wanted to do a 9-card spread because Sagittarius is the 9th sign. I'm using, I guess I should have got these out before, but I'm using my Indigo Angel deck. I thought that was so beautiful. Sagittarius is such a light sign. You know, they are the mutable fire sign, very, very light sign, very, very light energy. So I'm going to be using my Indigo Angel deck to get the first 9 cards, and then of course I'll be using the original Whiter Ray Tarot. Kind of as clarifiers, but as more so as an extension, just to get a better idea of what the energies have been. I've done a few readings. Sorry guys, my voice is a little cracky, but I've done a few readings already, and they are very powerful, very, very powerful. They're a little bit longer because obviously there's 9 cards, and then I put 9 cards over that, so 9 plus 9 is 18, 8 plus 1 is 9. So I thought that was very beautiful to have some numerology playing. I like to have a theme sometimes, so I have this kind of 18 card spread this month, guys. It's a lot of cards, but it's what do you expect with this? Is kind of what these readings are becoming is kind of an overlook of the whole year. Okay, there's a lot of energy coming up, and it's because I'm a Pisces. You know, I represent the last house of the zodiac. So 12 is a very powerful number for me. You know, I didn't even really realize that, but we're in the 12th month. Spirit works in 12s a lot, and it's because 1 plus 2 is 3, and Spirit works in trinities. So this is a very powerful month numerology wise. The 12th of this month, 12/12, was a very powerful day as well. So we're really, really coming up on the end of a cycle here, guys, and December is what is the symbols behind that. It's kind of symbolic for that. So that's what I'm doing for the readings. And also I want to thank Capricorn and Sagittarius because I was looking, I wanted to start doing kind of some giveaways type of things, making my readings a little special. So I looked, I'm not sure how it is now, but I looked about the beginning of January. I looked at my videos, checked the feedback, and Capricorn had the most likes. Sagittarius had the most views. So I will be pulling an extra card for your guys' reading this month, and it's going to be from the Wisdom of the House of Knights. I figured, you know, that would be a nice, because these cards here really cover some hidden energies. It's all about the night and what's hidden. And since there's so much light going on, you know, it might be nice to know what's behind the scenes. So Sagittarius, Capricorn, thank you so much for liking my videos and for, you know, viewing my videos. It kind of worked out because this is your guys' birthday month, so happy birthday. This is my present to you. And next month we'll see who has the most views and who has the most likes, and I will do something fun with that. Also guys, I am adding sage this month to my videos. I have incense and I have sage. I think incense are a very, very powerful method of honoring the air element and honoring the fire element. Incense are air and fire, and that's exactly what we're dealing with this month, is Sagittarius, a fire sign, and air, Gemini. So I'm working with incense for everybody. That's for all the videos. I thought about maybe having that as my giveaway, like maybe some videos have an incense, but actually I'm just in need. These are very powerful energies this month, guys. I'm tapping into a lot of things behind the scenes. You know, I'm going to get some very powerful messages out here so that we could head into our new year, so we can head into 2018, I should say, with clear intent. There's been a lot that's happened this year. 2017 was an extremely enlightening year for me, and I hope it was for you guys too. Now, enlightening isn't always easy. It can be very hard to wake up to the truth and to see things that you didn't see before. So, excuse me, my throat chakra. But yeah, it can be very, very intense waking up to all these things, and I think we've come a long way. I think it's been extremely transforming, and I'm actually very proud of all of us, especially those of us who went inside, went inwards, and done the work needed. Those people, we're really going to be rewarded this month. We're really going to be rewarded next year, okay? So I do think that that's all, guys. Those are the readings I'm doing. I'm really excited to get the rest of them done. Very, very, very special, powerful messages. And other than that, you guys, we made it. It's the end of the year. I can't believe it. But I hope you have the rest of the, I don't know what time, when you guys are going to be watching this, but I hope you have the rest of the great, I always can't say that part. I hope you have, I hope the rest of your month is great. Okay, this is what I mean. There's a lot of energies. It's a lot to cover, but I'm going to do my best to just, you know, go with the flow. That's what's best for me. And, you know, maybe that will be what's best for you too, especially with all these energies going on here. Okay. I do hope you enjoy your readings this month, and I hope you enjoy your holiday and your new year. And other than that, I will talk to you guys next year. See you later. Hey Taurus. We lost a little bit of our lighting, but I do think it's okay. Hopefully you can see the cards good enough. I'm sitting by my window, and sometimes when I do the videos in the more light, you know, it gets a little bit of a glare anyways, so it might be a good thing that, you know, that we don't record in the lights. But I did want to record your guys' video today. I wanted it to be a little bit lighter, but I hope that you can see. Oh, so I'm gonna light this incense because I wanted to light these this month. Very powerful to use incense. Works with the fire in the air element. So we're gonna get some good, and I'm a Taurus moon, okay? So not sure if you know, but Taurus is all about the five senses. So I love it. I love it. I love when I taste nice things and smell and see nice things. I'm all about that, right? My moon sign is ruled by Venus. In Taurus, you are ruled by Venus. Venus is all about attraction, right? And we're attracted to different things based off of our senses, right? Some things look good, some things smell good, taste good. So we do have that. And if any of you are wondering, I'm using Divine Blessings as an incense this month. It smells so good. It's one of my favorites, and I believe you can get that at any spiritual store. So Taurus, just shuffling the cards here a little bit. I just did the Aries video, so I definitely want to make sure that your cards are clear. And I do want to talk a little bit astrology before we begin. This is going to be a longer reading. As you may have heard in my intro video, if you watched it, this is an 18 card spread. And it's kind of my gift to you guys for watching my channel. And it's, you know, it's the end of the year, so I can't do some small, simple reading for such a powerful month. So, you know, it does require a little bit more time, but I believe that we deserve thorough readings for such a powerful time of year. So, a little bit of astrology. So, December is all about Gemini and Sagittarius energy, right? Well, we do have Capricorn energy as well, but which is important for you, Taurus, because you are a earth sign. Just like, I'm sorry if the smoke is bothering you guys, but it is very helpful. I'm actually going to put it out in a minute, but not until we get the energies flowing first. So yes, Gemini and Sagittarius energy. And I only say that because every month we have a full moon and we have a new moon. So I'm seeing that a lot of the zodiac signs need love this month. We have allow love and send love and all these beautiful energies. So that's there. Gemini is your second house, Taurus, right? Let's see. Yeah, Gemini is your second house. And Sagittarius is your 8th house. So we have 2nd and 8th house energies for you. And these energies fall in different places for all of us. But for Taurus, it's your 2nd house of value and your 8th house of Sagittarius, which is higher beliefs. This is philosophy. I'm sorry I'm a little spaced out, but it was just weird because I realized that 2nd and 8th house energies are very important for you because you are the 2nd house, Taurus, and you are a Scorpio. Your opposite sign is the 8th house. So that was just a very interesting realization I had there. So the 2nd house is very personal to you. It's all about value. It's all about your personal resources. It's also sometimes the house of food. But it's about what our personal resources and more so the value that we have, right? So this month is all about the value that you have, and it's so important for you, Taurus, because that's what you're about. You are the second house, and the opposite of you is all about, you know, the 8th house is about secrets, and it's about intimacy, and it's a hidden energy. The 8th house is, I would say, the most hidden energy on the 12 zodiacs, the wheel. So it's all about hidden value for you this month. It's all about maybe valuing new things, valuing things that were hidden before. But that's kind of an overlook of the energy that we have. We do have Mars opposite your sun. So, you know, Mars entered Scorpio. This is Mars in your 7th house. Okay. So Mars in your 7th house, it could add aggression to your relationships. It could add aggression to your peers, okay? Because the 7th house is all about Libra. And Libra is your sister sign. You guys are both ruled by Venus. So it could be a good thing for some of you. This aggression could come out more sexually, or it could come out, you could be more attracted to your partners. With Mars being in your 7th house, you could be more attracted. It could be kind of aggressive attraction, but how that plays out for you guys is different from person to person. But just know that Mars is in your 7th house of relationships. If you are a Taurus and you've been dealing with arguments in December, I would say after the 8th, it could be very much caused by Mars. Mars is the planet of war. It's also the planet of action and desire, though. So that could manifest in different ways for you all. I can't believe I didn't talk to Aries about this, but we do have Saturn moving into Capricorn this month. I will talk about that in my intro video, but that is a very, very, very important thing happening. Saturn moving into Capricorn is very, very important. And I think I'm going to do a whole different video on that, so it's okay that we don't talk a bunch, because these readings are pretty long this month, and I want to make sure, you know, that they're covered. And we have the Sun entering Capricorn, and I'm mentioning this to you, Taurus, because you're an Earth energy. We have your ruling planet, Venus, moving into Capricorn. And then, of course, we have the holidays or whatever. Yeah, so December. It's more so about the full moon that happened on the 3rd and the new moon that's going to happen on the 18th. And, of course, there's a Mercury retrograde that we're going until the 22nd. So the Mercury retrograde is happening right now as well. And I believe that Mercury retrograde is happening in your 8th house. Yeah. Yes. Sagittarius is Taurus's 8th house. And that's very interesting. Because Sagittarius is all about higher beliefs. It's all about higher knowledge. It's about, definitely it's about what you believe. Okay. So this is all about, well, this is the 8th house for you. So there could be certain hidden beliefs coming up this month. There could be hidden value. Okay, we're going to see what the cards have to say. But, you know, as far as the 2nd house goes, and as far as the 8th house goes, you know, you are so familiar. Even if you don't realize it, Taurus, you're so familiar because you and Scorpio are the 2nd and 8th house, and it's all about your personal resources and the shared resources you have with others. So I do hope that resources are going good for you guys, and that there's not a lot of push and pull. I'm a Taurus moon, and there has been a little bit of aggression there with certain people, with the certain finances that I have. So I don't know if that's just the Taurus thing right now that I'm doing your guys' reading, and I kind of realized that there's, you know, Mars in the 7th house. So Taurus is, this is interesting energies, but we're going to see what kind of reading is going on for you guys, because this is the last month of 2017, so there are major completions happening. And as I mentioned, I do follow the astrological new year, you know, but there's still a significant shift that takes place when the year ends in January 1st. Okay, so we're approaching a new numerology. It's going to be a universal year 2. Okay, 2017 was a universal year 1. So lots of completions, Taurus, and a lot of planets in the sky. Let's see here before we get into the tarot part of the reading, if there's anything else astrologically going on. I mean, we still have Jupiter in your 7th house, expanding your relationships, expanding the resources that you share with others. Okay, so that's interesting that Jupiter has entered Taurus's 7th house last month. It's been there for a while now. And also Mars and Jupiter are both in your 7th house. So that could be adding aggression, very much so. It could be expanding the aggression. And I really don't hope that for you guys. But we're going to get a look at what Spirit wants to say. And I don't think there's anything else really significant that I won't cover in the intro video for Taurus energy. I don't think so. It might come to me in the reading though. So, Spirit, this is messages for the sign of Taurus in the universe. I call upon Taurus energy to get divine, relatable messages from God and Goddess. Ooh, alright. First card out, self-reflection. So, December is a month of self-reflection for Taurus energy. You're self-reflecting on a lot of things, and that's always a beautiful thing. It's good to self-reflect around this time because we have a whole year that's coming to an end. So it's only natural for us to want to self-reflect over everything that's happened, right? So let's see here. We have a lot of cards that are going to be coming out. Ooh, Mother Mary. Interesting. I might take my book out and read a little bit more on what the Mother Mary means. But we are going to get validating cards as well from the Rider-Waite Tarot. So what else do you have for Taurus? Let's focus on Taurus energy. And I do ask my moon to come forward here. So anything that may be hidden. Taurus, 1 second here. I forgot to mention something to you. I do have another video up. It's titled A Message for the Fixed Signs. So a week ago, I did have an energy come out that was for all the fixed signs. It was for Taurus and Scorpio and Leo and Aquarius. So you might want to go watch that video. So we had Make a Wish come out. Okay, so some of you are self-reflecting on a wish. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that just so if some of you didn't know, I do have that video and I want as many fixed signs to watch and relate to that as possible. So that is there. This card flipped back over. It was a jumper, but it was dreams. So some of you may be having dreams, okay? And you want to self-reflect on the certain dreams. I want these messages to be very clear. So usually they turn back over and then see how, yeah, that wasn't meant for you. It was just a small message. So just know if you're a Taurus and you've had dreams that you want to self-reflect on them because they could mean something. But we have self-reflection and self-care right underneath that, and that looks like it was meant to be. So I'm just going to focus a little bit, talking to you guys at the same time, and I don't usually do that because I believe in energy and projection. So I just want this to be for Taurus. Taurus energy for 2017. See how that just shot right out? You are not alone. It's coming up right in the middle. And you know what? Before I started this reading, I shuffled the Aries energy, divine timing. Wow. I shuffled the Aries energy card out, and divine timing, and you are not alone popped out. And I thought that it was a message for me, but it was for you, Taurus. Well, I guess it was for my moon. But, you know, I thought it was saying that there was energy around me and that I'm not alone because spirits are with me. But no, now it makes sense that it was actually coming out for the middle of your reading. So the middle of your reading is you are not alone. Whoa. We had dreams come out again in the same row, okay? So instead of dreams coming up in the middle row, so either way, dreams are making its way into your guys' reading. I love when Spirit does that. Everything happens for a reason. And then we have friendship. You are not alone. Right underneath that is friendship. So we're going to look for one more card for Taurus energy 2017, please. And a beautiful bottom of the deck message. Please, Spirit. Thank you. We are so appreciative of you, Spirit, for giving these messages to Taurus. Woo. And the last card is You Are Understood. Bottom of the deck is shielding. Okay, so we'll get into that a little bit more. And I'm going to put the incense out now because everything smells really lovely. And I'll put some energy over your cards. Divine blessings coming through for Taurus. Just smell that, Taurus. I know you guys rule the senses, so just live through me and my senses for this reading. And just know that divine blessings are definitely a part of your reading. And it smells so lovely. Alright. So I'm going to do your guys' reading just like I did Aries's, which is, I feel like it's best if I just get these cards now as well, so that I don't talk about a spread and then talk about a whole different spread. I need to apply these cards to the cards that are laying. So this is for Taurus energy. We're clearing the energies now, and this is for Taurus energy. I do see that right in the middle, if any of you guys feel alone on a certain situation, just know that you're not, because right in the middle of your reading, and I'm going to move this a little bit so that you guys can see. This is what I did for Aries. So it's going to cut my head off a little, but at least you'll be able to see the reading. Okay? So it's a little bit of a glare, but at least you'll be able to see what I'm working with. I'm going to show you my face just a little so you don't feel like you're talking to someone who's invisible. Ooh, trust. Trust is coming out too for you guys. All right. Just trying to situate my computer just a little. There. All right. So, yes, you're not alone. Coming up right in the middle of this reading, okay? Oh, come on now. Taurus, 2017 energies for December, please. 2017, this is from my Pisces Priestess channel. We have a 9-card spread here for Sagittarius season. What messages can we tell Taurus? Please give me relatable, clear messages for the sign of Taurus. So we're going to contact the Taurus energy in the universe, you guys. Because Taurus is an energy in the universe as well. Whoa. Wow, this same card came out for Aries. Very interesting. So we're going to self-reflect and put that on the self-reflect. Interesting. So there could be some kind of correlation going on with you in Aries, because they got the 7 of Wands as well in their reading, and they got it in the same spot. So we're looking for more cards for Taurus. More messages, please, from the angels and ascended masters above. Let's see here. I don't like this angle personally. So maybe you guys don't get to see my face that much, but that's okay. I don't need you guys to see my face. It's alright. As long as you can see the cards. And I know you can't see, whoa. I know you can't see the top of the reading. Let's see if we can. I know this is changing a lot, but I'm just trying to work with these angles here because my desk is rather small. There we go. Yeah. That looks good. That looks good. Okay. So see what we're doing here. We're just getting a card for each card already, because it's going to be an 18 card spread, and 8 plus 1 is 9. So there's some numerology here, which is always nice. So we're just looking for, it may take a while, you know, Taurus, you guys are, oh, I don't want to use the word stubborn. I hate that. But you know how it can be. I don't know. Come up, what's another word that we can use? Oh, okay. Well, we have the 3 of Swords coming out. Some of you could be dealing with some betrayal or heartbreak, but that's coming up for Make-A-Wish. So you could make a wish to heal your heart. Alright, so we're looking for 6 more cards, Spirit. Preferably not at the same time. That would be very interesting if 6 cards just came out. Well, and it wasn't 6. So that wasn't for you, Taurus. We're gonna, ooh, I did see your card though. That was kind of cool. You were right here. So I'm not really sure why that happened. It probably was a message there, but really just honing in on the messages for your reading this month, because it's a very important time. You know, a lot of us are lacking clarity right now, so I want to do the best I can to, you know, share some clarity with you today, Taurus. So we have self-care and the Magician. Divine timing with the 3 of Pentacles. I'm going to really have to hone in to see what Spirit meant by some of these, but I trust the messages will come through. There's definitely a fire energy, but we have Pentacles and we have sword energy as well. So let's see here. What can we validate dreams with, Spirit? The Ace of Cups, another card that Aries got. Whoa! My cards are flying everywhere. One of them was the Wheel of Fortune. So there's lots of changes happening now. And there's decisions that we need to make. Ooh. Alright. We had some angels come through to you. That is so cool. How Libra and Virgo would come up. So some of you could be dealing with a Libra or a Virgo. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Very Taurus energy. Self-work. You are doing a lot of self-reflection this month. And these are Pentacles. Okay, so that's your energy. So we have some shielding going on. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. So let's get into your reading, guys. I guess I'll put these over here. Okay. So to start off your reading, we have self-reflection. Now, self-reflection to me is a pretty straightforward message, okay? And we know how it is to self-reflect. We can do this through thought. And I know Taurus, you guys are an earth sign, so you guys probably do a lot of thinking. And you probably do a lot of self-reflection. And if you don't, you're definitely being guided to do that in the month of December, okay? So we could be self-reflecting here on the year that we've experienced. We could be self-reflecting on the things that we've went through, things that are no longer the same, right? This is the time of year when we all are doing this. So she's spreading her wings in a way of self-reflection. Sometimes after we self-reflect, we're able to take flight in new areas. So if there's anything that you don't know, Taurus, or that you're not sure of this month, I'm sure that you could find it through self-reflection is what the energy is saying. I believe that to hear something from another person is one thing, but to hear it from yourself. So what I'm trying to say is that we are the most honest with ourselves. That is when we awaken from lying to ourselves the most. So this month may be a month where you've really awakened and you're really self-reflecting on so many different things. It's going to be different for all of you. So just know that this self-reflection can be applied to anything, certain relationships. We can self-reflect on who we are. We can self-reflect on a situation that happened. But this is coming up in the beginning of the reading. And the card that is with it is the Seven of Wands. Okay. The Seven of Wands is an energy that came out for Aries too. So I'm seeing that there are some zodiac signs really dealing with staying on top. And it makes sense because this time of year, you know, there's this feeling of reaching a point, like we've made it so far. It's almost like I see something dragging down the road. It's like, I gotta get there. I'm almost there. It's like almost reaching the finish line, kind of. So this happens when we're so close to the end of the year, right? We feel like we're so close to these changes. Also, we're so close to Saturn and Capricorn, where all our karma is going to shift, right? So I'm being led to say here, Taurus, that you've really reached the top of certain situations, but the only thing that concerns me with this card are the invisible enemies below you, right? All these wands, these fiery people, which could be a good or bad thing in this case, it's a little difficult and challenging. So there are certain fiery challenges, you know, this is Sagittarius season, okay? And this could be challenges coming up. Value. So you could be, remember how we talked about this is all about value and your resources and other people's resources, Taurus? So, you know, I feel that you're kind of guarded right now, or at least you were. This is the beginning of December. So you could feel the need to really guard your finances or guard the value. You could be self-reflecting on your own value or self-reflecting on the money that you have, right? Because at the bottom of the deck, we do have, you know, this Eight of Pentacles type of deal, okay? So it's interesting that the number 8 would come up for you because it's talking about the work that you put in for yourself. So this is the money that you work for. And you could be an entrepreneur where you're actually literally making and creating your own pentacles. And these can be people that want to take your money or that are trying to throw you off balance, throw you off your game, right? This is someone who's really grounded. I would say that he's pretty grounded, right? And that's a word that comes up for Taurus a lot. He's not really grounded in his emotions though. And I guess we'll see if that becomes a problem for you in your reading. But it, you know, and I do see that under here there is, you know, the Ace of Cups. So there's a lot of emotion there and possibly new love. But you know, he's not really grounded in his emotions, because we see this water here and his feet are purposely not placed in the water. So, you know, I don't blame you, Taurus, because in order to deal with these kind of energies below, you're not going to want to come from an emotional standpoint. They're definitely not. They're not worried about how you feel or your emotions. They just want to knock you off your throne. So, metaphorically, the fact that you're at a high, you're shown here as higher than the people around you. So you've reached levels that maybe some other people haven't reached, right? So it could be financially, it could be in the workplace. Whatever it is though, Taurus, you're higher than another person. And there's some jealous people underneath you, or just some challengers, you know. Even this could be on our divine path. But you want to make sure that you're steady on your feet right now, and that, you know, that you're on guard. And so you're able to realize these energies in your life, because they're no longer serving you and they're taking a toll on your emotions. And it's just a battling energy, when really, you know, you want to step away from that energy and self-reflect. So self-reflect on any energies that have made you feel this way. Any energies that have made you feel, you know, like you always have to be on guard around them. That's your inner intuition trying to tell you about certain people in your life. So maybe some of you, maybe these aren't enemies that you aren't aware of. Maybe you know exactly who these energies are. But it's all about staying on your A game. And the more you self-reflect, I believe the more that you will understand why these battles took place in your life. And I may come back to that card, but that's really what I'm getting from that right now. And then we're going to move on here to the Mother Mary. And you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look here at my book and see what they say about the Mother Mary. Just because I know what my intuition tells me about it, but I also really want to know what they say. So, known as the Queen of the Angels. So we have the Queen of the Angels coming out for you. Let's see. Mother Mary is the embodiment of unconditional love and compassion. This card calls for you to look at the people in your life as well as yourself with the same love. Mother Mary can help you embrace your gifts and talents and honor yourself in every moment. Sometimes called the Divine Nurturer. Ooh, that sounds like Taurus. The Divine Nurturer. She reminds you to be proud of how far you've come in this lifetime and encourages you to keep moving forward. Mother Mary protects and guides and supports all of your children, all of her children, it says, including indigo children. She also helps you to help other children. Call upon the Mother Mary to open your heart and to make you aware of what blessings you are a part of on this planet. So that's very interesting. Okay, it talked about opening your heart. And the next card that we have after her is the Three of Swords. So some of you really want to call upon that nurturer that it was mentioning, that divine nurturer, right? This is the Queen of Angels coming out for you. And this is why I use this deck. We do have a lot of angels here for you. We have Libra, we have the Hermit, you know, and we have a lot of angels on this card as well. But this is the Queen of Angels. The Mother Mary, you know, and it's so interesting. I'm not sure if all of you celebrate Christmas. I'm like kind of on the border of it. You know, I take part in my own practices, but I don't believe in Christmas the same way that some people might. But it's interesting that I'm being led to see the biblical meaning of Mother Mary, which is the birth of Jesus, right? So she's very pure, the Virgin Mother Mary. And it's so interesting that we have in the same row the Hermit card, and they're the virgins of the zodiac. So there's some purity coming up here for you, Taurus. And that could mean many different things for you. But this is a protecting energy that is coming out. Let's see here. There was a few other things that stuck out to me. Unconditional love and compassion. So, okay. Look at the people in your life, okay? Look at the people in your life. Even people like this need love, Taurus. The people who are beneath you, they're poking and prodding at you. And there's got to be a reason why they want you ungrounded. And I don't usually condone sympathy for people like that, but right now you're being led to just spread love around you and spread love to yourself is what the Mother Mary card is saying. So there's certain people, she's so beautiful. There's certain people who are calling on you to nurture them, and you are an earth sign. Earth signs and Tauruses are very, very, very nurturing. Okay, I know a few Tauruses and they're like a mother figure. So I would believe this is your energy this month in December. You could be mothering a lot of people, not even just your own kids, but other people's kids and people who are close to you. You really take on that mothering figure. You know, the cooking and the cleaning and you're always there for people when they're sick or things like that. So Taurus is that loving energy, and I believe that you are showing up as the Mother Mary. And if some of you don't identify with that, then just know that the Mother Mary's energy is very, very close to you around this time, especially around the 25th when some of you are celebrating Christmas. You know, so that's very, very beautiful. And I know for some of you, this message really did come out for you because it's coming out with the Two of Pentacles. So this is you and someone else. And it's interesting that you're dealing with second house and eighth house energies. Remember, we were talking about your resources and your value versus other people's shared resources and their values. Well, there's an infinity going on here, and there's a juggle. There's some ups and downs going on in the emotions, but there's also the ebb and flow of that infinity symbol, right? So I'm seeing this wrapping around the earth signs this month. Taurus, you're really, really a part of some type of infinity energy, especially paired with the Mother Mary's energy. You know, that is very, very, very powerful. So Taurus, you could be going through a lot, you know, when you're trying to juggle your finances and you're trying to juggle, and this really relates to my moon. You know, ever since the Gemini full moon, I've really had to step up with my finances, and I've really had to, you know, it's so powerful because I really relate to this. And it's just like, you know, I've been dealing with a little bit of aggression when it comes to my finances and when it comes to other people's finances, because as earth signs, and I have a lot of earth energy, the Pisces in me wants to give, but the earth in me wants to be grounded in my own finances, and it wants to be stable. But if we have partners, some of our partners could be feeling left out in the cold financially if we're being a little bit stubborn or clingy to our own money. So this card is talking about the balance that takes place between our own value and the value of other people. It talks about the value of our finances and mixing finances. Some of you could be joining finances with someone or experiencing that with the partner, right? But just be careful because we have Mars in the 7th house, which could really add aggression. And money is one of those things. You know, they say the love of money is the root of all evil. Mo money, mo problems is a simpler way to say it. So, ooh, it's 6 o'clock. My alarm just went off, sorry. But, you know, yeah, more money, more problems, and you want to make sure that you're handling these financial struggles, because this card talks all about the juggling of life. He's very much juggling his own finances. Taurus, you're good at that. You're a fixed sign. This is a very Taurus card to come out. It's fixed. He's trying to balance his finances as much as he can. He's trying to stay as grounded as much as he can, right? And it's interesting here. I see your energy really trying its best to stay as grounded as it can in December, the last month of this year. So the problem with that, Taurus, is that a lot of changes happen around this time of year. So even the most earthy of us feel a little bit like we're not grounded. This guy is trying to dance to the troubles of life. We see the up and down of the emotions in the background and the up and down of his juggling. And he's not even on his feet firmly. He's dancing. He's tiptoeing. You know, both of his feet aren't even on the ground. And I did mention that video that I recorded for you, the fixed signs. And there was a lot there about Taurus not feeling grounded. In fact, there wasn't much earth energy that came through at all. So a lot of you could be feeling the need to ground yourself. You know, I'm seeing that here with this Two of Pentacles. And other than that, it really is talking about juggling your finances. I relate to this. I am juggling my finances with a person now, another earth energy, so that's just even more funnier. It's talking about this infinity symbol really intertwining your finances, your values with other people's finances and other people's values. So that could get a little bit rocky, but we do have this with the Mother Mary. So this is talking about being loving and being understanding and kind and nurturing, being that kind of mother figure. You know, mothers always take care of their kids, and you know how mothers are the financial providers. So I don't know if some of you are in relationships where you're just the breadwinner and you feel like you're just someone's mom when really you just, because this is the twin flame card. Not a lot of people interpret it like that, but I see this as the twin flame card because it's the ups and the downs, but you're connected with infinity. Some of you could be a Taurus Well, of course, I hope that you're a Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. But you could be, I'm saying there could be earth and earth here. You could be balancing rather earthy energies with another earth energy. So I'm sensing a little bit of aggression, or at least a little bit of worry there. But don't worry, Taurus, you know, because you're not alone. His face does look a little concerned, but this is about dancing to the troubles of life. So, you know, it's Christmas time. Finances get a little struggling around here because we all like to go crazy, especially you, Taurus. You're a very great gift giver. You want to give to everybody, and you want to be that earthy figure. So, you know, you just want to be careful. You know, just know that it's not all about the gifts that we get people. You can get creative, and you can put yourself on a budget or whatever if there's any aggression coming there. But, you know, if there's some financial trouble, just nurture your wallets. You know, make sure you're communicating nicely and loving with the people about your finances. Just explain what you're going through. If you feel a little worried about finances, or you feel a little bit like your finances are off balance, because this is also speaking to financial balance with another person. And for Taurus, it's very important because you're going through second house, and so you just need to tell somebody, look, I had an eighth house full, I had a second house full moon this month in December. So, oh, that's so weird. I got a large sum of money on the Gemini full moon. So it must have just been my Taurus moon that delivered that to me, because, you know, on the 3rd of the month, right when Mercury went retrograde, Taurus experienced a full moon in their second house. And that full moon, probably, it very much could have started new beginnings and endings in your finances. So now in December, you're kind of looking over. That's why there's a need to self-reflect. So you might be even self-reflecting on your finances and what you think about finances. You know, you're an earth sign and you're pretty fixed, you know, so you're pretty stable. You like finances to be stable and grounded. So I think this is talking about finances here, you know, and these are people that don't agree with what you're doing with your finances, or they're just challenging you. Okay, but then we have this energy of infinity. Okay, so another thing here is that money, you know, I'm sure you know this, Taurus, money is always flowing. Money is being printed right now. You know, so if you ask the universe for balance with your finances, it'll always, you have to believe, you have to trust that finances will always be taken care of. Now, for some of you struggling with unemployment or poverty, I know that's going to be a little hard to hear, but you just want to self-reflect. That's the key here for you in December. Self-reflect on your finances and on whoever you're sharing your finances with. And if it's not finances, it's things that you value. This could be a child for some of you. Some of you really value this child, but you're having, you know, issues with the father of your child, but you really value this child, so you need to communicate. And, you know, that could be very true because it's coming up with the Mother Mary. But either way, any way that could be coming out for you guys, it's being validated by the Mother Mary, which is a nurturing, loving person. Open your heart, and you will everything else will follow suit. And there is a very, very need to open your heart, okay? Because we have the Three of Swords, and we have Make-A-Wish, interestingly enough. So some of you are making a wish in December, and this wish could be anything. But I am relating this to some type of betrayal that seemed to take place with you guys, because Three of Swords can mean betrayal, it can mean heartbreak, it can mean third-party situations. I'm not feeling that for all of you. I think for some of you this is just more so the healing of anything that this past year, you know, we started out the reading with self-reflection, so I'm sure that at some point or another some of you dealt with some type of betrayal or heartbreak in the 2017. So if you haven't, that is great, because some of us aren't that lucky. But we all get hurt. We all have feelings, and this is coming up. So the main message here is that you make a wish to heal yourself. You know, the Mother Mary is opening her heart, so you may need to make a wish to contact with angels, so that they can heal you, right? The universe will always heal you. So any pain that you may be going through, Taurus, please self-reflect on that energy. Don't use it to argue anymore with harsh energies. Maybe you need to make a wish to get back into more contact with your heart, because I'm feeling that some of you are really disconnected from your emotions and from your heart. So make sure that you are meditating and self-reflecting and concentrating on your own inner soul and your own inner guidance, you know. And there may be some of you who have swords in their heart, You know, you could have been hurt by 3 different people, or you could have been hurt by third-party situations in the past. So if this is something that you're self-reflecting over, just make sure that you make a wish to let that go. Make a wish for, and you can use this wish for anything, but it is coming up here with the 3 of Swords. So it has something to do with pain. So if you need to make a wish that this pain leaves your life, or maybe there's a certain person from the past, we do have a Mercury retrograde this month. So some of you could be thinking about people from your past, and you really just want to release that and make a wish to move on. You know, some of you really could be going through that. So it's coming up here in the beginning of December that you make a wish, and it has something to do with betrayal and heartbreak. Maybe some of you are just being precautious for in the future, and you just don't want to be heartbroken. So you make a wish. Some of you could have been the heartbreaker. Some of you, I'm hearing that. Some of you could have been the person who broke a heart. You left someone behind, and you just want to make a wish, you know, according to that. Like, I wish that this person can move on from me, and I send them positive energy. But whatever it is, Taurus, make that wish. This was more so the beginning of December, but you can make this wish at any time. So really what this is saying, and this is what Spirit just told me, I have to look past the three swords, because what the swords symbolize in this card is communication. So you want to know what that means? Make a wish that comes from the heart. So remember how I was saying that some of you are disconnected from the heart? Well, you want to make a wish that has something to do with that. Make a wish that in a way that you are communicating with the universe from your heart. Very beautiful. Most people read this card as so negatively, but what I read it as is communication from the heart. So some of you are making a wish to communicate with a loved one. You know, we are having there's some aggression in the 7th house. So some of you could have been in fights or dealing with betrayal from a partner, whether it was romantic or not. And now some of you are wishing to go back in time and communicate with them. Maybe there were some harsh words said, because I do see the 3 of Swords as harsh words that are breaking hearts and things like that. Harsh communications and arguments. So some of you could be making a wish that those energies don't happen anymore, or that you could heal and start over with someone that things didn't end very well with. And as I said, we are in the Mercury retrograde, and this is coming up the first row of your reading. So the Mercury retrograde is in full effect here. And I do see that you're self-reflecting on the past. You're self-reflecting on any harsh energies, any people that have made you feel like they're trying to gun you down. You're on the guard. You're self-reflecting on what makes you feel guarded. You're self-reflecting on the lack of emotions that some of you may be experiencing. You're self-reflecting on the balance of finances, you sharing that with other people. And we're also self-reflecting on the past here. And we're self-reflecting on a certain wish that we want to make, okay? And your heart could be broken, and you might be making a wish that has something to do with that. So whatever that means to you, Taurus, the 3 of Swords and the Make-A-Wish is coming up. And this lady she has her hands up by her heart. So I'm really thinking that if that didn't apply to you, then most of you are just going to be communicating, because swords mean communication. Okay, so yeah, I think that you're going to be communicating from your heart. You're going to be communicating to angels and to the universe for a certain wish. You know, so you want to self-reflect on that, and you want to believe that your wish is going to come true. Breathe in satisfaction, breathe out gratitude. So right underneath self-reflection, we have self-care. So this card comes up as a little bit of a health card. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself, Taurus. You are an earth sign, so your health is pretty important. That you stay grounded and that you stay healthy. You do rule food, so make sure that you're eating, you know, and I need to talk to my moon about this, because I just eat anything I want, you know, so make sure that you're eating healthy. I know the holidays are coming up and we like to eat all these things, but, you know, make sure you're replenishing yourself. And I don't see this only as a health card. You know, you see this angel here, and she's just kind of reviving herself with the ebb and flow of water. But you know what? Since this is coming up below, it's coming up underneath this card. And when I see this card, I automatically, this is my card for emotional avoidance. So I'm seeing here that there was some, and I know why, Taurus, because there was a bunch of harsh-ass people trying to gun you down. Why would you show them your emotions? They'll just see it as weak and vulnerable. So you want to self-reflect on whatever situation that was. It might have something to do with that 3 of Swords over there. Well, I see this angel here. This water always reminds me of emotion, and she's literally consuming her emotions. She's drinking from this emotional pond. So you want to take care of your emotional, right? Earth signs struggle a bit with emotion. You know, earth signs, they hide their feelings a lot. So you want to self-reflect this December about the ways that you feel inside, you know. That could have something to do with this wish. This is a lot of heartbreak and hurt and pain for some of you. I read it in many different ways, but for some of you, it really is heartbreak and betrayal. And you're going to need to self-revive yourself. And sometimes we can do that by really just allowing ourselves to cry or allowing ourselves to emotionally heal. So there's some self-reflection here, and there's some self-care coming up. And the self-care is coming up with the Ace of Wands. So this is a very fiery and passionate energy, right? This could even be a sexual energy. And it's interesting that I'm reading that to you guys because we have Mars in your 7th house. So this is attraction for certain people that we're in relationships with. And it's coming up with self-care, right? So there's a new passionate beginning that is available for Taurus this month if we self-reflect, okay? If we self-reflect, we can start this new, well, the fire will be reignited. And this is Sagittarius season, okay? So for the first few weeks of December, we're in Sagittarius season. This is coming up the 3rd week of December. And yeah, you know, there's a lot of passion here, but it's like we're replenishing that. We may have to get in touch with our emotions because where before we were on our feet trying to be grounded, we've wandered into the emotional realms here. Okay, this angel is completely surrounded by water, and she's even put her hand in this water and is bringing it up to her mouth, drinking this water, becoming this water, consuming this water. So I see that as a new emotional beginning. Now this could happen with yourself or with a person, but I do see a lot of emotional passion here. And if it's not that, I do see you becoming more passionate this week. It's the 13th today, so in a few days, the next week, I want to say the middle of December, okay, so about around the 15th through the 20th, there could be a new passionate beginning with emotions. There could be, if it's not that, what I was going to say is that you could be starting a new passionate beginning with how you care about yourself. It's interesting that this comes up right after the 3 of Swords up here, because that could have been the ending of a relationship or some type of communication that hurt your feelings, and you're going to retreat inside your own self to start a passionate beginning. And there's no one helping this angel here. There's no one helping her. You know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. That came up in the Aries reading too. So if you're dealing with an Aries, just know that Spirit is really combining your guys' readings. So you want to take care of yourself. You want to be passionate about your self-care because you don't need anybody else. And I know you're a Taurus, so you don't need to be, some of you may need to hear that, but Taurus usually understands this, that no one's going to help them. And you know how we had the Mother Mary and how she's nurturing? Well, instead of focusing that nurturing on other people, maybe it's more so for yourself this month, Taurus, because I do see you guys doing some things that make your guys' self feel nice. So for some of you, the metaphor here of drinking from the water is actually doing things that make you feel nice for a change. Whether that's going out for a spa treatment or going out to eat or, you know, just spending some quiet time alone with a book. Whatever it is, there's so many different sources watching. Just know that whatever makes you feel passionate, you really want to drink from that. Okay, I see this as like a passionate, fiery river that you've stepped into. And you're really, really allowing that to become part of your life. So there's some type of passionate new beginning here. Something there. We do have a lot of fire energy. So also I'm going to say real quick that this card, there's this right underneath it. Okay, and so when I see cards that are right underneath each other, they go hand in hand, and they're kind of validators for each other. So just know that that wand that you have in your hand, Taurus, this is you. This is you. I know it's you because there's some emotional avoidance in the beginning of the month, which is understandable, Taurus. Okay, that full moon, it may have brought some emotions to your 2nd house of value, and you are the 2nd house, so those emotions are going to hit home for you, right? Gemini is your 2nd house. And, you know, since your 2nd house is Gemini, you want everything to be balanced. So that's coming up here with the 2 of Pentacles again. So you want to nurture your finances, but what I was going to say is that the Wands energy, you have the Ace of Wands. So these people, anyone in your life who is trying to gun you down or get you off your feet, I see you on a throne here and people are jealous. They're trying to knock you off of your promotion, knock you off of your financial stability. They're trying to make you emotional when really you just want to be grounded. Well, just know that that wand that you're holding in your hand, it's coming up. Spirit is telling me that Taurus has the Ace of Wands right now. So you have the potential to start a very new, passionate beginning. You are the Ace of Wands. So this is fire. You know, this is passion. And this is attraction, okay? And you want to apply that to your own self because it's these fire energies and there is no other wand. So we have self-reflection and self-care coming up with fire energy. And it's interesting that self-reflection has all this chaotic energy. It's like you have to fight in order to self-reflect. So you're trying to self-reflect on yourself, but there's people intervening with that, right? But then you have the Ace of Wands. So the self-care, maybe if you can't self-reflect right now, then you want to self-care because the Ace of Wands is coming up for that. And there's a lot less trouble. But and also you can apply that to, you can use this Ace of Wands to completely eliminate all these people beneath you, right? They're the ones that are probably getting you all up in your feelings anyways, and they're just not needed. And I understand why they want to knock you off your throne, Taurus, because you're actually coming up here as the Magician, okay? The Magician is a Mercury card. So this is Virgo, and Virgo comes up right underneath it, okay? So Virgo energy is coming up for you. Angel energy is coming up for you. Mercury energy is coming up for you. Now, Gemini rules Mercury, or Mercury rules Gemini. And your second house is really coming up here because we have this Two of Pentacles above this Magician. So you are the Magician of your finances, Taurus. You have enough. The Magician, the cool thing about him, and oh, do you see that infinity symbol above his head? It's here too. So you're thinking about finances a lot. You know, I see that you're the Magician and you're applying the infinity that you feel here. It's in your mind. So do you see the combination there? How Mercury rules the mind and how up here there's an infinity symbol. So the reason why this is important is because right above that, so this is Spirit showing that this is what you're thinking about. Taurus is really thinking about finances. If you didn't know why, it's because you had a second house full moon. Second house is all about values. So the Mercury is coming up here to tell you, Taurus, you have an ebb and flow garden of resources. You have the tools that you need to accomplish this. You have the tools that you need to balance these finances with other people and with yourself, because there is self-reflection and self-care. So, you know, this is coming up as a lot of entrepreneurship, you know, or not entrepreneurship, but if you are a Taurus and you just want your own finances, just know that you have more than enough. And if you're dealing with another person, which I highly think a lot of you are, it could be a family member that needs help financially. You know, some people might owe you money. Well, you're trying to balance all that out. And I really love that there's the depiction of an infinity symbol here for both. And I see that the stress about finances, about everything being equal and everything, you know, you're really thinking about that heavily as the Magician. But just know that you can nurture that too. So he has, if you look on the table there, he has the cup, he has the pentacle, he has the sword, and he has the wand. And that's why he's infinity, because he's Mercury, all right? And he can think of anything. And then also Mercury rules your second house of value. So that's why Taurus thinks a lot about money, because Mercury rules their second house on the zodiac wheel. But just know that the Mercury card is coming up for you, and it is Mercury retrograde. So for you, you know, we could be traveling back, because when Mercury goes retrograde, it stands still. And on Earth, it appears that it's going backwards. So what that does to us here is it makes us travel back into the past. And you could be traveling back into a moment in your life where your finances were shared with another person, because Mercury is going retrograde in your 8th house. So this is all about going back in time to a time when maybe, you know, there were hidden shared resources, or there was something hidden about the intimacy. You know, there is a lot of intimacy here too. So that could be what this Ace of Wands was about, intimacy, and maybe you need to focus more on the intimacy within yourself. But there's a lot on your mind here, and you're really connecting these kind of thoughts, okay? The infinity symbol, it's really about balance, and remember how I told you money is always going to be infinity? So you're really applying that here come the second week of the first week. The first week when that moon first hit you, that's the first row here. And I literally see it in the cards here, how at first you were like, you know, I'm avoiding my emotions in this situation so that I don't snap on you. And, you know, my emotions here are pretty up and down too, but instead of avoiding them, now I'm kind of just put one foot in, one foot out of them. I'm balancing. And there was some heartbreak there. You know, there were some harsh words said in the first week of December, and that moon that was in your second house of value. But come the second week, there's a new beginning. And this could be a new passionate beginning of the self-care of value or more money that you had. You know, and you're becoming the magician. So right about now, you know, I said it was the 13th, you know, in a few days, you know, this week you're going to be experiencing, you're going to wake up and say, you know, I have more than enough. I have a cup. I have my emotions. I have my clarity. I have my passion, and I'm grounded. So I don't want to worry about finances anymore. I'm the magician. I have all the tools necessary to continue on my journey. You know, I'm holding this magic wand up. So Taurus, this is in the middle of your reading. So this is really coming up as your energy. You are the magician. You have infinity on your mind, and I believe that this is the infinity symbol around your values. And you could be intertwining your values with another person because we had the Two of Pentacles above that. So you're really keeping that on your mind, and you're really trying to be fair, and you're trying to nurture yourself and others. And that's what the infinity symbol means for you in this reading. Now, we have divine timing and the Three of Pentacles, okay? Pentacles, we know that that's your energy. But divine timing is a beautiful card that talks about things happening when they're supposed to. So we have this lady, this beautiful angel here. She is waiting for something. She's literally looking down and focusing at this last bit of sand that is going through this hourglass. So I see that you've waited for something, Taurus. And I hope that most of you believe in divine timing. And divine timing, it's the timing of the universe. Time is man-made, okay? We didn't always have clocks and things like that, but we do have the sun, and we do have day and night, and we do have the moon cycle. So there's the universe and God, whatever you believe in, it looks out for us. And I told Aries this as well. There are certain things in our life that can't happen, or that don't happen when we want them to, because as humans we don't understand the full picture. But the universe is like, well, I want to give this to this person. You know, it's so weird that I said that, because we have Make-A-Wish right above it. Okay, so this is relating to the Make-A-Wish card. There was a wish that you made in the beginning of December, or possibly in the beginning months of the year, because this is kind of a yearly reading. This is kind of an looking of the whole year. Well, if the wish didn't get granted, don't give up. Don't give up on the universe. It's all in divine timing. And what I was going to say is the universe, you know, it hears our prayers and it hears our wishes, and it wants to fulfill them, but at the same time, it knows what comes along with it. For instance, when I got this abundance of money, it came with a lot of struggles with the person that I'm with. It came with a lot of, you know, ups and downs. It's literally, this is what happened to me in the beginning. So this is very much relating to my Taurus moon. And, you know, I do want to nurture the struggles that I'm going through. And that's what I've tried to do. And I can't wait to become the magician if I haven't already. But the thing is this money took a year to get to me. I'd kid you not. This money took exactly a year to get to me. And I really needed this money. But it was divine timing. So I'm just using that as an example. Okay, so the certain wish, certain things that you want, certain prayers and dreams and goals that you have, Taurus, if it's been a while for them to come to fruition, just know that the angels hear you, and you're gonna get this. It's just, you know, making a wish to the universe isn't like Christmas. You know, you don't make a list and then get to unwrap it on December 25th. Some of us don't even want things that can be found under a tree this year, you know. So just know that the gifts that you are given by the universe, they can only be unwrapped in a perfect timing. Okay, the universe has perfect timing, and the things that you want, the things that you wish for, are going to come to you in the perfect moment that they benefit you the most. The universe isn't going to give you something that's going to throw you off balance, right? Because it's all about balance right now for you. And this card is coming up with the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so not only is it about that wish, not only is it about being understood, but it's also about teamwork. So, you know, I really do see this second house and eighth house energy as you working with other people, Taurus. This, and you know, I did mention entrepreneurship earlier, or self-employment. Some of you could be making changes to that and kind of working with others, because we see here someone who's following a contract. These two people here, they have a contract for this man. So you could be receiving new plans. And, you know, I know you like that, Taurus, to make things go as planned and make things stable contracts and things like that, grounded contracts of understanding. You could be going through this with a partner. You could be going through this with work buddies or peers. But, you know, it is coming up here, so divine timing. There's a certain project that you have in mind, or there's something that you want to get accomplished. It involves one or two other people. There's at least two people involved in this, but I'm seeing three. So, and it's interesting, 3 is a very powerful number. We have the 3 of Pentacles. So you could be sharing your finances with more than one person. We do have the 2 of Pentacles here, and we have the 3 of Pentacles. So once you balance your finances, these cards go in order, the 2 and the 3. Once you've balanced your finances and you learn how to balance the ups and downs of finances and emotions in life, you know, a lot of things go up and down in life. And the 2 of Pentacles card, this card here, is the card that talks about all life struggles, not just finances. So, you know, you're going to team up with certain people. Don't worry. I see that someone's going to team up with you financially. You're going to feel more like it's not all on your shoulders. You're going to feel like you can kind of pull your own weight now. So after you balance your finances, and that's shown in the 2 of Pentacles there, you're going to actually have what it takes to join. You know, you're going to work well with others, I want to say. This is a card that depicts working well with others and things going according to plan and things going, you know, according to contract. So you could be signing certain financial, and you might be worried about that, Taurus, because I see you worried about it in the beginning of the month. Like some of you may be getting on. It's like I feel that you guys are in relationships. Some of you it's just moms and daughters and stuff needing money. But for some of you with that 2nd and 8th house energy, you're actually really taking serious steps with people. Like, you're really, really giving a lot financially to other people in your life. And that's something new for you, Taurus, because you don't play about your money. But so if you're really giving somebody your finances, your hard darn worked for money, then I hope that person knows that they're special, because you're an earth sign and you're all about stability. You know, I know you're ruled by Venus, but I don't think you really blow money that much. I think that you spend money on things that make you happy, things that you value. So in other words, if you're giving your money to a person, you value them and you love them enough. So I hope that they're seeing that. And if they do, you're going to work together well. Some of you may be splitting bills with each other. Like, I'll pay for this if you pay for that. And it looks like it's pretty balanced. Whereas before, you were balancing it yourself and it was looking kind of worried. Your emotions were all over the place. But once you found out that you were the magician, you were confidently able to take your part in the situation. So just know that this is all coming up for divine timing, though. So in divine timing, you will work with others. Maybe if you're not working with others right now, just know that there will become a time when it's right for you that other people will come and help you with your finances, or maybe a raise. I see this kind of as someone wants a promotion. Someone wants a promotion, like you've been working really hard, and that's why you're all worried about finances, because you're not really getting the pay that you need. Well, in divine timing, Taurus, these changes all come with other changes. There's always the domino effect. If you start getting paid more, there's going to be more things that you can do. Maybe you start spending more time away from home because you have more money, and then that initiates problems in the home life. So you see how that is kind of a domino effect? We don't always see the whole picture. You know, we just want one, like, I just want finances, universe. I just want finances. But the universe is trying to tell you, well, when I give you these finances, a lot of problems are going to come. You're not ready yet. You know, so you don't really want to rush anything. You don't want to rush teamwork. You know, just know that it's divine timing. And some of you, I don't know why I keep thinking that this hasn't happened yet, because sometimes divine timing means right now. So if you are working with others and you don't like it, just know that it's in your divine timing. Like, it's just a time to work. So it could go either way. Either you're going to work with people, or you have been working with people and already are. But I do see here that where you were alone financially, you're not anymore. So that might be why, you know, you're feeling some of these ways up here at top. Up here where you're balancing your own. Maybe you needed help. Maybe you were juggling finances and you finally met someone, or maybe that heartbreak was someone leaving the situation. And it's so weird. We have the 3 of Pentacles and the 3 of Swords here. So it's like for where there was heartbreak and maybe communication from the heart, whether it was good or bad communication, those swords now turn into pentacles. So there's an air energy turning into a pentacle energy here. And that's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. So I think Taurus would rather see pentacles penetrating their heart than they would swords, because this is more so communication, the pentacle. I mean the swords. So, oh, okay, so this is kind of grounded communication. I didn't realize that before, but you might have made a wish for grounded, something to become more grounded. Okay, so there was a lack of mental clarity here as well, and that could have very well been the lack of clarity that was causing the financial struggle, or maybe you didn't, you weren't clear on a certain thing, so you didn't want to give somebody a certain money, something like that. But I'm seeing here that the clarity, it becomes a lot more clear. That maybe this is the third party, like, this is the heartbreak situation. Actually, that person coming back and working with you. For some of you, this might have been a work situation. Like, you might have gotten an argument with your boss or at work, and you really made a wish that you could work there again, or that you didn't get fired. And now, where there was harsh words and betrayal and all that, and lack of mental clarity, now there's, now you're working together. And it was just divine timing for all that to happen this year. This is for this year. It's for December as well. So whatever this means to you guys, just know that any heartbreak that you went through, any lack of teamwork that you went through, it was all a part of your path, and it was all to teach you a lesson, because now you're the magician. Okay, so we do have the 3 energy there. We have divine timing with teamwork and the 3 energy there. So there's something there with threes making a wish, and making a wish that you could have more financial clarity is what I'm seeing. Like, the reason why your heart was broken, and that would break any earth sign's heart, not having money. Okay, so there is something there with that. But I see in the middle of December, you're going to be really grounding yourself again. We see pentacles again. We see passion, the passion of working with others, and, and it does say that you're not alone. So I feel like you're not alone in finances, Taurus. I feel like you're not alone. This is not alone. This is the first energy that comes up where there's more than one person in the card. Every other card, some of them don't have people in them, but everyone else is alone. And alone is actually coming up here with the Hermit card. So let's continue with the reading here. So what we have next is dreams. Okay, I'm not sure how you guys dream. A lot of earth signs, you're very logical thinkers and you're very grounded. And as a water sign, I can tell you that that's kind of, that kind of makes it hard for the dream fairies, or whatever you want to call them, to reach you. So, Taurus, if you have any dreams in December, just know that it's very important for you, especially with everything being in your 8th house right now. It talks about what's hidden. And what's hidden sometimes can come out through our dreams. Our subconscious is pretty hidden. So pay attention to your dreams this month. You could be receiving angel messages from your dreams. And I have dreams all the time that give me angel messages. It could be very well my Taurus moon that allows me to dream, but I am a Pisces, and Pisces rule, dreams and magic and fantasy and all that, because we're ruled by Neptune. So really, really hone into that magical energy, and make sure that when you pay attention. I have a dream book. If I have any powerful dreams, sometimes I write them down so that I can come back to it later when I'm feeling clear, and I can see, wow, that actually really meant this. So if any of you want your dreams interpreted, that is something that I offer. I love dream interpretation. It's very easy for me to see what dreams mean symbolically and metaphorically. So if you have any dreams that you'd like to talk to me about, I'd love to talk to you about that, especially you, Taurus, because I have a Taurus moon. Just know that dreams aren't logical. This is a very magical subconscious realm that you can receive messages from. So, and this is also talking about the dreams that you have in the world, right? Because we had self-reflection, and we have self-care, okay? And so this could be the dreams, how some people dream to be a ballerina, or they dream to be a pediatrician or whatever. Well, this could be the dreams that you have in the actual world. But I am seeing this more, not so much as your goals, but this is in the last bit of December. So really pay attention to your dreams the last week of December, because this is going to be when the sun is in Capricorn. And that's an earth energy. You might have some pretty grounded dreams or something like that. And I feel like some of you are going to receive a dream and receive a message that really, really hits home. Okay? And it could be, some of you are dreaming, you might have a dream of a certain lover. Okay? Because we have the Ace of Cups. So this could be a dream that you wake up crying from. I've had a few dreams like that. So if you have any dreams where you wake up crying, or you have any dreams that make you feel fulfilled, because this is just emotional fulfillment, but I do see this a lot as tears. just know that that's the dream that I'm talking about. And I don't think that you've had this dream yet. I think that this is going to be in the end of December that you guys have these dreams. And it could be a dream about a certain person that you have feelings for. And if it is, because this card symbolizes new love. So if it's not about that, if you're not dreaming about a lover, and you know this is Mercury retrograde, Mercury will go back direct. When it comes to the end, this right here is the time where Mercury is retrograde during this time. And it's interesting that we have two Mercury energies, the Magician and Virgo. Yeah, so that's Mercury retrograde, and then Mercury will be direct around this time. It's going direct the 23rd. So, you know, this might not be dreams about a past lover. This is more so new love. So if you guys dream about someone that you just met, or maybe you dream about someone you've been with but in a very new way, just know that Spirit is telling me. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because you guys had, maybe because you have an 8th house moon or 8th house new moon. Yeah, that there's a new moon in Sagittarius. And I always dream pretty deeply on new moons, I believe. So pay attention to that new moon in your 8th house, because there could be new intimate relationships that you form with people. And it could be on a subconscious level, because the dreams just symbolize, you know, it symbolizes the subconscious. So pay attention to your subconscious mind. And it's interesting that that's coming up, and that I would say that because we have self-reflection in this same row. So you want to self-reflect. You know, this is about going internal. The 8th house is very hidden. So is self-reflection. You don't self-reflect outside. You know, you got to go inwards. And when you go inwards, it's all about what's hidden, you know, and you can find certain dreams and certain subconscious messages. Dreams are just subconscious messages. So some of you might not even be dreaming. Others of you just might be daydreaming. So this is daydreams, and anything that you'll know what it is. You'll know what it is, because it's going to make you feel like this. So the dreams are flooding in. You know, you probably are going to start dreaming a lot more, because this is a hand. This is, you know, dreams are all about emotion. I feel that the water signs kind of rule dreams. Not that you can't dream if you're a different sign, but, you know, since Pisces rules Neptune and the dreams and all that, it's a very watery world, watery fantasy, subconscious world. Water is all about the subconscious, because feelings are kind of subconscious. So I do see that there's some flow picking up here at the end of December when it comes to your dreams. Okay, and if it's not that, it's just subconscious messages. So you want to reflect on a subconscious level. All right. Now, the next thing we have is friendship, okay? And this is really cool. I love this because it has, you know, it has the different races here. We have a black girl and a white girl. I love that because I'm a mixed girl. So it talks about being friends with polar opposites too. Like I don't know what girl you are here, Taurus, but there may be someone who's pretty different from you that you're friends with, you know. It could be, you know, you are a Taurus. You could be a friend with a Scorpio. That would be an example of a polar opposite. Or you could be like really country and you could have like some type of gangster friend, or I don't really know, but it's showing me that there's a friend that really balances you, okay? And it's coming up underneath, you know, the Mother Mary, and you are not alone. So Mother Mary is your friend, first of all, and you're not alone. So whatever friends you have, I don't know if you guys have friends, Taurus, as a moon sign, Taurus, I have a few friends, you know, but I'd love this kind of energy. I think this is more so for you guys. You could have some nurturing friendships because it's coming up under the Mother Mary. Some of you could be with roommates with people, and these could be the people that the finances are being shared with, because you're just starting out to move, and this person's like, well, I really don't want to pay the water bill and the gas bill, and you're like, okay, well, I will. Or maybe you're paying all the rent, and you really need to communicate with this person to start paying some things. I don't know, but it's coming up in the same row as you are not alone. So you're not alone with your friendships. If you feel alone, you want to hang out more with the good friends that you have. Not the bad friends or the friends that you feel are kind of fake and just using you. But whoever you think of when you see this card, there's a good friendship that Taurus has. And it's someone who balances you out. And it's just telling me that there are some Tauruses out there with really good friendships that they need to focus on. Especially if you feel alone. Because you're not. And some of those friends could even offer you some of those tools that you need. Maybe you just had a pentacle and a cup before, and now you have a sword and a fire sign, fire, because maybe, You know, maybe you had a water sign friend and an earth sign friend, but you don't have any air friends or fire signs. So they come and kind of complete your magician right there. And then some of these friends could be who you're actually building up teamwork with. In divine timing, though, remember that. But, you know, you could be working on projects with friends right now, and this could be the teamwork. You know, you could be working in teams with certain friends in your life. And that could be, you know, a friend could also become a new lover this month. You might not have thought that you thought of someone a certain way, but you do. I'm seeing that some of you have Virgo friends, and that's really cool. I actually watched a different tarot video where Virgo and Taurus got the same card. Like, this Hermit card came up for Taurus in a different reader. His name's Magic Mike, the peace dealer. Alright, and he's pretty cool. So just know that this is the universe. Like, this card has already came up for you guys. For some of you, for some of you, I'm going to interpret this all the ways that I hear it. First, I'm hearing that some of you are friends with a Virgo. Some of you were dating a Virgo and now you're just friends. Remember I told you that you might be balancing things, because I see 2 earth here. So there's someone who, and if it's not 2 earth signs, it's you dealing with someone who's grounded as well. And it's you dealing with someone who's logical. Okay, so they feel like an earth person. Excuse me. And then it's interesting that we have Mercury and the 2 of Pentacles in the same row as the Hermit. So this is Virgo. So going back to the interpretation, some of you loved a Virgo before. There could be new love coming in with a Virgo, because this is the card coming out. All right. So you might have a dream about a Virgo or something like that. I mean, because the Mother Mary reminds me a lot of Virgo. So there's a Virgo row right here. And also, if it's not that, Taurus, Virgo is a mutable earth energy. So this might be coming up so that you can, instead of being fixed like you are, because fixed signs, they sometimes struggle with change. They don't really like a lot of change because change isn't stable. Change isn't fixed, you know. So if everything changed all the time, fixed signs wouldn't be able to be stable. Okay, you wouldn't be able to ground. It doesn't work like that. Taurus can't ground themselves when there's constant change. Virgo is a little bit like that. They do better with change. They can mutate into anything. They don't have to be grounded all the time, even though they do appreciate it. Okay, so this might be coming up so you can mutate the earth energy. So what I mean by that is it might do you better to kind of loosen up on your finances a little bit and be more compromising and mutable when it comes to your finances, because you are balancing it with other people. I see other people. You have friendship and the 3 of Pentacles with teamwork, and then you have a lot of third-party situations. So I don't know if it's a bad third-party situation, but it's just showing me that you're not alone. And that came up right in the middle. Okay, that card is right here. So you're not alone, Taurus, and that means you have a lot of, you have a fire sign around you, you have an air sign around you, you have a water sign around you, you have pentacles, you have emotions, you have money, you have passion, you have clarity. Okay, so all that energy is a lot to work with, and you definitely want to be mutable. You definitely need to be a little bit more like Virgo. So if you know any Virgos, it might help you to, you know, ask advice, like, how do you deal with this, Virgo? And I don't know if you know any Virgos in your life, but it's coming up in your reading. So if it's not that, Taurus, if it's not new love with a Virgo, if you don't have a friend that's a Virgo, because that would also be quite the opposite of you, a very mutable person and a very fixed person. Some of you are friends with a Virgo, and that's pretty cool. Others of you, like I mentioned, you were in love with a Virgo, and now you guys are deciding to be more friends because maybe you worked with each other. And it's just better, the teamwork gets better, and it's divine timing. Maybe sometime when you guys don't work with each other, that could be why there was heartbreak too. I think for some of you that really was what was going on. And if it wasn't a Virgo at work, you know, some of y'all was liking somebody at work or something. Or maybe some of you find a new love that you worked with and then you become friends. I don't know. A lot of different interpretations here. So the last interpretation I get is this card, the Hermit card, straying a little bit away from it being Virgo, even though this is an earth energy. So I do think that this is important for you, Taurus, because there's a lot of earth that came up here in the middle. But for some of you, this card means isolation. It means self-reflection. It means being in your own solitude, okay, protecting your light. So some of you may be in December, or rather the end of December, you could be taking kind of a break from friends. You know, I know that that's around the time when there's all this Christmas and all these holidays that we celebrate, New Year's, Okay, so, you know, no wonder there's like third party situations. No wonder you're not alone. Maybe you fucking want to be, you know? Because I see that there's like, you are not alone. And this is in the middle of December, you're not alone. But I think some of you want to be alone because these are two really opposite cards. You are not alone. And then there's the Hermit that's like, but I want to be. Like, please let me be in my solitude. There's a lot of going on. And you remember how we started your reading with self-reflection, Taurus? Remember? We started your reading with self-reflection. In order to self-reflect correctly, we do need to spend some time going inwards, right? And this is 8th house energy for you. So come the ending of this December, you really want to make sure that you've taken time this month to self-reflect. I hope that your friends understand that, especially if you're a Taurus that needs to take some time to go inwards. You know, there was some self-reflecting about grounding in the beginning of your reading. So if you're not grounded, I do know that about Taurus. My moon doesn't feel very grounded either. And I think it's the fire energy, but don't worry, Capricorn season is just around the corner. It's in less than a week. So, you know, you will. Maybe when Saturn goes into Capricorn and all that, and no wonder divine timing was coming up. Because some of these things, like this is literally Saturn right here. 3 of Pentacles and divine timing. That is Capricorn energy, and it's telling you that certain things are going to really jump off when the Saturn moves into Capricorn on the 19th. A lot of work, because that's the 10th house, right? That's the 10th house. So, you know, you guys might be waiting for something to kick off here, and I think it will really start. And you're going to be the Magician right before that. You find out you're the Magician, you find out you have more than enough resources, and then boom, you know, Saturn moves into Capricorn, and a certain work situation begins, and new love comes in, your dreams start getting more vivid or whatever. You might even meet new friends in December. Okay, if you feel alone, just know that, you know, there's some new friendships coming in. But I'm seeing that for some of you, you do really want time alone from these friendships. You want time alone. Maybe some of you aren't going to be feeling like celebrating much around the holidays. You're like, you know, this is more about self-reflection to me. I really don't want to turn up with you right now. I really don't want to, you know, party a bunch because I just feel a little bit like I need to reground myself for 2018. You know, make sure that you go into this new year really grounded, Taurus, because it's important for you. And I see a lot of watery emotions all over the place, you know. So it's interesting that this Ace of Cups comes right before the fucking Hermit card, because a lot of emotions, you might start dreaming more emotionally, and then all of a sudden solitude comes up. Also, you want to self-reflect on the friendships that you have. Make sure that you're doing that so that none of these fake friends come in with you into 2018. So you want to self-reflect. I love this. This is great. Taurus is doing what they need to do for the last month of the year. They are really, really self-reflecting. They're trying to remain nurturers at the same time. They're wishing for certain things, starting new passionate journeys, taking care of yourself. There's a reminder here that you're not alone, even if you want to be, because the Magician doesn't mind to be alone. There's some Mercury energy here. So Mercury retrograde, I'd love to know what it taught you guys. It could have taken you back to a time where, you know, you weren't alone in the workplace or weren't alone in financial security. And then there's another new beginning. We have 2 aces below each other. The new passionate beginning and then a new beginning in emotions and an Ace of Wands. So go ahead and drink from that Ace of Cups. But you might want to isolate yourself afterwards because it's very enlightening to drink from the Ace of Cups. Once you have newfound emotional stability, you know, you're really going to want to isolate yourself. And you could isolate yourself with a friend. You could isolate yourself away from friends and family. Either way, there's some balance coming up for you at the end. And I love the energy that we're leaving off with here because we have the Libra card, okay? Justice is going to come in for you guys at the end of this month. So I guarantee it. I see it in your reading here that by the end of December, come Capricorn, this is like a kind of a Saturn and Capricorn karma, right? Because this is being judged by a jury. And it's things balancing out, right? You see this balance? Libra is all about balance. And we see this sword in his hand. So there's the need to cut off certain things before the year ends that aren't balanced for you, Taurus. And I do see that, you know, you guys are ruled both by Venus. So it's interesting that this is in the same row as this Ace of Cups energy. because you could have had new love, you know, and this is Venus, okay? Venus will be moving into Capricorn around this time. So either way, though, I see this as justice. I see that any financial, it's so weird because this is all about finances for you. Well, you're going to reach justice at the end of the month. You're going to feel way more stable in your finances. Maybe this is when certain people pay you back, or when you feel that you're not getting ripped off. Either you or your partner isn't getting ripped off with money anymore. Maybe you guys really start off the January very good because you feel, Taurus doesn't like to feel like things aren't being justified. You guys understand Libra energy pretty well. You guys are pretty balanced people. There's a reason why you and Libra are ruled by the same planet, Venus. It's all about attraction. So you really want to make sure that things are being balanced and things are fair and things are moderate. This is Sagittarius season, so moderation comes up a lot. And we end the reading at the end of the month with you being understood. Okay, so all these energies that I've really spoke to you about today, it's okay because you're going to be understood, all right? You see this horse here? Horses are very grounded characters. So there's going to be a grounded figure here. It's interesting that Virgo is here. Or just some kind of Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy, or any other sign that's really grounded. They're going to make you feel secure. This horse, I believe, is symbolic for some type of friend. So it's interesting that we have you are not alone and you are understood. So if you're feeling misunderstood, Taurus, or if you're feeling alone this month, just know that the angels are guiding you to balance those energies out with love and with the understanding that you really are understood. God understands you. Certain friendships understand you. This is a unicorn also. This is not a horse. This is a unicorn. I don't know if you see that little thing coming from his head, but that's a magical unicorn there. And so, you know, your dreams are understood, and I believe that feeling understood is going to make you feel a bit more balanced. And also, people who don't understand you, don't be afraid to use that kind of Libra sword to cut them out of your life, especially at the end of the reading. This is symbolic. I love this part of the reading because it's like the last little bit of energy that we have to work with, and it's kind of overshadowing the last week, the last day even of the year. So I see you ending on a note of justice and balance, and so I feel like you feel more justified, you feel more balanced, you feel more mentally clear. Libra is the cardinal air sign, so your mental clarity, I did mention mental clarity, it's in the same row as this, and it's so weird. Right here we go. The heartbreak, you know how Libra is ruled by Venus? I think when Venus moves into Capricorn at the end of the month, it's really going to ground, because you're ruled by Venus, and you know Venus is comfortable in earth signs and it's comfortable in cardinal signs. So it's the best of both worlds. It's going to be in a cardinal earth sign. So it's really going to ground a lot of the love in our lives. It's going to ground attraction. No wonder it's coming up as balance. So some of these heartbreaks and things, it could have even been involved with a Libra. Okay. So we have mental clarity. That's why I picked up this card, is because I see it as a lack of clarity sometimes. Swords represent communication. There's a bunch of clouds. There's a lot of emotion behind it, rain and tears. Okay, and heartbreak and betrayal. But this betrayal at the end of the month, at the beginning of the month, you were betrayed. You felt like someone was rude to you. You felt like someone was attacking you and that they were mean to you. Come the end of the month, that person's going to realize some things, because just be kind. Remember this Mother Mary. There's a reason why Taurus is being asked to be that nurturing character. Like, even with these energies, there's a lot of harsh people right now. We're all going through a lot, Taurus, and it's not an excuse. It's just, we're all going through a lot, okay? We're all experiencing these energies in different ways. So that's why you're being asked to self-reflect, so that you're calm and so that you're meditated. And also so that you can be this nurturing Mother Mary figure when every one of us needs that. And I do hope that someone is coming in. That might be why friendships and Virgo is showing up for you. Because Taurus is going to need someone who's that figure for them. Taurus is going to need someone who can, you know, I know you guys like to take care of yourself, which is why it's so weird how your reading's coming together. You guys like to take care of yourself, you know, you like to replenish yourself. But I do see the universe stepping in here in the form of other people, of new love and friendships coming in. Because this isn't only about love. You know, this is new friendships coming in, new balanced relationships in your life. Okay, so there's a reason why you're being asked, you know, and I'm going back to this betrayal and everything. You know, you want to handle things and you could have handled something in a loving way when someone wasn't as loving to you. And you moved on throughout the month, really just finding things out about yourself and reminding yourself that you're not alone, and you just said, you know what, this is all in divine timing, it'll be okay, good rewards are coming for me, let me just dream, you know, let me just be isolated and self-reflect in my own isolation, maybe let me hang out with a few good friends. At the end of the month, that all pays off. You're ending the month with justice. You're ending the month with, some of you are ending the month with a Libra or something like this. You're ending the month with balance, and you're ending the month with feeling understood by your friends, by your lovers. You know, this is Mars in your 7th house. You know, this is Mars in your 7th house. All that aggression that could have started at the beginning of the month, well, at the end of the month, I see it, everything, you know, people are going to really get their karma. And this is a better card to to hold up when I'm talking about that. People are really going to be getting their karma when Saturn moves in. I'm going to say Saturn moves into Capricorn right around this part of your reading, the Ace of Cups in your dreams, okay? So there's a reason why you're going to be isolating yourself around that time, because, and some of you might not. Some of you are just, it's a Virgo. Some of you, it's a mutable earth energy. Some of you, it's your grounding really being mutable. See how he's standing on clouds? That's why Virgo isn't that grounded of a character, because the Hermit card is depicted on the clouds. They're an angel. So Mother Mary's here for you. Libra is an archangel. Virgo is the angel of the zodiac. So you have lots of angels here protecting you. And you have the angel of balance on your side as well. So whatever is going on, Taurus, just know that you end the month, and it might not feel that way, but you're going to end your month as an authority figure. And as someone who's balanced and who has mental clarity, who can cut people off if they need to. So to end your reading, I just want to talk a little bit about how the bottom of the deck can relate to your reading. Okay, so we have shielding. And more so the fact of shielding from love. Because we have send love and then shielding. So I'm going to send you love right now, Taurus, and please don't shield it. Just accept this love. Accept this love that I'm sending you and that the angels are sending you. But shielding is coming up for your reading. So you may, this talks about feeling a little bit guarded. You see this angel, she's kind of shielding herself from light. This could even be shielding yourself from certain awakenings, you know, and it's like not a bad thing. It's just that there might be something so all this reading, everything might be so powerful for you to the point where it's blinding you. Like love is blinding you. Sending blinding love to Taurus. Send love. Blinding love, especially those Tauruses that are shielding themselves and feeling protected, right? Because I do see that. I do see that this is kind of a shielding energy. I told you that you feel a little protected right now, you know, on guard. So just make sure you're shielding yourself from the right things. Make sure you're shielding yourself from energies like this. This is really the only challenging energy, except for, I guess, this energy. 2 is a little challenging. It's just that the challenges, it's like you're handling them so well that they don't really seem like, there's not any really hard energy, right? So everything on this deck, in this reading, can be compared to shielding. So you don't want to shield yourself from healing. You don't want to shield yourself from balance or from teamwork or from self-care. You definitely don't want to shield yourself from taking the time alone to self-reflect. Please don't shield yourself from self-reflection. Don't shield yourself from balance or that nurturing care. Don't shield yourself from wishes, you know. Just shield yourself from betrayal and heartbreak, and ask the universe to reveal certain energies, okay? You really want to make sure you're balancing those energies. So everything on the table can very much, look through the situation, Spirit says, and trust. Trust yourself and look through the situation this month. And you'll know what to shield yourself with. You're the magician, Taurus. Magicians can be pretty distracting, right? They can distract people. They're magical. So, you know, make sure you're focusing on everything that you have. But don't worry, you're ending the month very angelically, okay? You may have a friend that's a Libra, or a Virgo that's a friend, or a Virgo and a Libra that's a friend. But you're understood by this Libra or something. You're understood by this, somebody understands you mentally. And, okay, so we have the 8 of Pentacles. And I love this energy for you. This is at the bottom of the deck for the original tarot. So everything on this, so here we go. Shielding yourself. Don't shield yourself from self-work. This is someone who's self-reflecting too. And you want to know something funny? I don't know what that noise was, but, oh, it's probably upstairs. You want to know something funny, though? He has moved away. You see that town in the distance back there? There's a castle back there in the corner. Well, that is symbolic for him moving away from home. He's not moving, but he just leaves. He leaves home. So this could be you going out into your garage at nighttime to work on crafts or something. But it could also be working far away from home. The main message here, though, is that this guy is self-working. So this is really bringing up the self-reflection and self-care. Taurus, the best way that you can care for yourself is by working on your money. This guy creates pinnacles out of nothing. Like, he's literally working on one of his last pinnacles right now. And this is about your hard work that you've put in this year, okay? You've worked really hard. You've done a lot of self-reflection. You've tried to take the best care of yourself and others around you. You know, this is someone who's also alone financially. So there's an underlying energy here. You know, these energies are quite interesting together, because this is someone who's making the pinnacles but also sharing it with someone else. So this is coming up as your 8th house energy, you know. So you really want to apply your intuition here, but I see the 8 of Pentacles as someone who's worked really hard for the money that he's earned, and he can always reproduce more money. So hello, money is infinity. Here you are being the magician, thinking about infinity. And it's because at the end of your deck, at the bottom of your deck, this is Taurus. This is you. You are Pentacles, and you are working hard for your money. Underneath that, we do have you looking at a situation in a different way. So you might want to look at your money in a different way. Look at sharing your finances in a different way. That could be what this month was trying to teach you. Okay, Taurus. Okay, that was your guys' reading for December. I do pray that was relatable to you. I'm really loving the readings this month. They're very thorough. Any messages in there that you can relate to any month, any time this year, it would be great. It would be beautiful. But you really want to look at things in a deeper way. You want to look at things from a different angle, right? And that's what this month is all about for you looking at your value and your finances and resources, and look at how much resources you have. So this 2nd house moon has really showed Taurus how much you really do have to work with. So that's awesome. And I have a Taurus moon, so I received that. Very cool. We're also really tackling heartbreak and betrayal. We're tackling our heart's clarity in different ways this month. And I love it. It's very powerful, and I see that you're ending the month in even a more powerful way. I cannot wait to talk to you guys in January. It's going to be a brand new year. I'm probably going to be working on all these new projects and things like that. I want to get out Saturn videos. I want to get out I don't know if I'll do a yearly video, but just something to help, you know, something that I love getting these energies and these messages for you guys, especially Taurus. I have a Taurus moon. I have a lot of earth energy. I have a Capricorn rising too. So I've been looking at getting more in touch with my earth energies, probably because it's Capricorn's coming up on Capricorn season. But alright guys, thank you so much for watching. It's going to be a longer video, but I hope the messages were worth it. I hope it was worth your time. And please leave your comments and your likes and all that below. I'd love to hear from you guys if this related to you or if anything was helpful. That means so much to me. Alright guys, I hope you have, whenever you're watching this, have a great rest of your night or your day. And if you're watching this in the middle of December, I hope you have a great rest of the month. Don't worry, you have so many angels and positive energy on your side to handle this. Taurus, I love you guys. You're doing great. And for those of you who aren't, don't worry. You know, it's all in divine timing. It's all here. It's all here. Everything's going to work out, okay? I'll talk to you guys in January. See you later.